Once you receive your glass product, they should come in one of these secured plywood boxes. As you can see, we have securely wrapped it around with plywood and banding to make sure when you receive your product, it's in great condition. I will begin by go ahead and opening up the crate so we can show you everything that's included inside. Now that we have the product out of the wooden crate, you'll notice that we have a large label on the front. If for any reason you have to return the product, we please ask that you follow the instructions because you'll need to keep all of your packaging to securely return it to Rev-A-Shelf. Now that we have that out of the way, let's go ahead and open the box and see what we have to work with. Now that we have everything laid out, I'd like to go over each of the components that you'll receive with your glass curve kit. If for any reason that you don't receive one of these pieces of hardware, please contact Rev-A-Shelf customer service and we'll be happy to get you out your missing part. First of all, you're going to have 3 uprights. You're going to have your door mounting brackets. You're going to have your side mounting bracket and of course your face frame brackets. And you're going to have your 2 glass shelves. And last but not least, we're going to give you a step-by-step instruction manual as well as templates to help ease the installation. Now let's get started. In order to install the curve correctly, you will need the proper tools. You'll need a Phillips head screwdriver. You'll need a drill with a Phillips attachment, tape measure, a pen to mark your template and your hole locations, scissors, scotch tape to hold your template in place, speed square, and last but not least, you'll need a 16-inch drill bit, and you'll need to mark it with a piece of tape. This needs to be less than your sidewall thickness of your cabinet so you don't accidentally drill through. We're now ready to begin installing our curve. As you can see here, we have a blind corner laid out. This actually, for instance, is going to be installed into a blind left. And most people in the industry refer to a blind left, meaning that your cabinet door will be here on the right, and the blind section actually is what you will not see. So in the industry, most people refer to this as a blind left, and that's what we will be installing. What I will start with first is I will start by installing our templates, which will then help me find my hole locations and let me move further. So I'll go ahead and start by applying template A, and we'll install this into the rear of the cabinet. And I'll use my tape as so to make sure that it is firmly in place. We'll move on to our template B, which is right to the right of the opening. We'll fasten that as so. Use some tape just to make sure it doesn't move anywhere. And then finally we'll use our template C, which is going to mount to the left of the face frame, right inside the cabinet. It is very important that you get these straight the first time because any kind of movement will change your hole locations. Very important. Now that our templates are set in place, we can now start to pre-drill our pilot holes. Got 6 holes in the back. Then I'll move over to template B, and there's the 2. We have 2 mounting brackets here. And finally, we will move to C, which is inside the face frame. All right. Now that our holes are drilled, we can gently remove our templates And we will no longer need these, but you just set them off to the side just in case any adjustments need to be made. Next, I will need to grab the top and bottom side mounting plates. Instead of using the supplied 6mm Euro screws, we will be replacing them with a number 8 by 5/8 flathead screw. This screw is recommended for most face frame applications. I'll go ahead and start by installing our bottom bracket. And now I'll do the same for the top bracket. Next, we'll need to install our outside and inside mounting brackets. For this, we'll also be using the number 8 by 5/8 flathead screw. Now we'll do the bottom. Next, we'll be installing the center brackets. One thing you'll need to note is check out the position of our bracket. Next, we'll grab the uprights and we'll move to the rear of the cabinet, where both of these uprights will fasten directly to the side mounting plates. Then we'll proceed by screwing down the uprights. Alright, next we're going to grab our glass shelf. And it doesn't matter which one because they are exactly the same. And you'll go ahead and set it in here like so. You can go ahead and have the rear set on the rear mounting plate, and then you'll line up the two holes for the outside bracket. You'll slide that into place, and then that'll line up the holes where you can fit it in to the center mounting plate. Now you'll proceed by taking your supplied washers and your nut and go ahead and fastening the curved shelf to the outside and center brackets. Alright, next we're going to grab this mounting bar, and the easiest way to access this is once you have the glass shelf fastened to your center and outside brackets, you can extend the shelf out just a little bit. You will go ahead and need to take this bracket, which will fit up underneath the side mounting plates, and then you'll go ahead and start your screws, and then this bracket will then hold the shelf to the side mounting plates. Now that we've securely installed the bottom shelf, you'll need to repeat the same steps to install the top shelf. Next, we'll grab our upright and finish the installation. You'll take your final upright and you'll attach it to the two mounting brackets on both of the glass shelves. You'll need to install all 4 of these screws to secure it tightly. Now that we have the curve fully installed, you can either continue by using a full height door, or in our instance we will be using our supplied door mounting brackets to install our 2 drawer fronts. Next, I'll grab the door mounting bracket and install it to the top shelf of the curve. Next, I'll grab my 2 door mounting plates and I'll lay down my top drawer front. And I'll need to measure my hole locations. Now, after I've marked my hole locations, I will install my door mounting plates to the door front. Now that we have our door mounting plates installed, we'll then take our top drawer front and we'll mount that into our hole locations and use the supplied washers and nuts and secure tightly. Once you've completed the installation of the top drawer front, you will then move on and follow the same steps for the bottom drawer front. After you've done that, you've now completed your installation of the curve. The new curved glass product is designed not only for a full height cabinet, but it's also designed for a door drawer application. The templates that we've included show the shelf being mounted at 17 inches. However, if you'd like to modify it to fit this door drawer application, we suggest moving it down to approximately around 14 inches. But this is also determined on your cabinet construction with the different face frame thicknesses. Also, your height will be determined by the different items that you plan on storing on these shelves. The curve is designed for a 45-inch blind corner cabinet. It's available in both a left or right-hand application. Some notable specifications are that it requires a 17.5-inch minimum opening. It also requires a 35 11/16 to a 43 13/16 minimum inside cabinet width. Also, 18.5 minimum depth is also required.